Hey, Kate Klausner, I'm Watt. Thanks for joining me over Zoom today. Why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself? What have you been doing since you graduated from CPA in 2017?
Cool. So I'm Kate Klausner. I am a CPA class of 2017 alumni. I'm currently a senior at the University of Southern California, studying cinema media studies. I don't know, I can't really see myself doing anything else. I've kind of always been involved in making stuff, and movies are kind of my favorite thing. So I like to kind of, you know, share stories that I think reach a broad audience, and I think movies are some of the best way to do that.
So, Kate, going to USC, what kind of projects are you getting into, and what kind of movies or short films are you working on?
So it kind of depends on the semester per classes, and obviously COVID has kind of thrown a little wrench into that. But in the past, I've gone on, trips with my school, and I've done documentation for the service trip that they've done. I've written short films and directed them. I've worked on a lot of sets where I've done everything from production design to screenwriting to script supervisor to acting or whatever. Just kind of whatever I can get my hands on. This semester I'm doing a lot of outside projects. So just kind of working on my own stuff, trying to build a little portfolio for hopefully post-grad, trying to get a job. So, but yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
How do you think your time in the CPA media program helped prepare you for your college major?
CPA was where I first kind of got my hands dirty with actually working with cameras all the time, and just really getting involved in anything I could. I loved doing school news stuff. So I started working with fellow alumni Will Peters, who you will be interviewing later. He's also out, he's not at my school, but he goes to school about an hour south of me. And we became very close friends in high school and kind of discovered that we work really well together, and we still shoot a lot of films together. So most of the projects that I'm most proud of are working with Will. So he's kind of been my partner in crime. So CPA brought me him, brought me good experience, really showed me a lot. There are still things that I think about all the time that CPA taught me about film, whether it's, the 180-degree rule or show not tell, and anything in between. Mr. Ellison's probably so proud of me right now.
What's something going into college that has surprised you most about your line of work?
I think one of the bigger things I've honestly learned is that people tell you it's really hard to break into the business, especially when you're growing up, and they're like, oh, it's not a real job, be careful. Whenever you want to do anything artistic or with movies or anything like that. I think in some ways that's true. Not everyone is going to be Meryl Streep or Steven Spielberg, let's be honest, but it's not hard to break in, and there's always room for jobs, always. So, if you just want to get on set and you want to be a gaffer, or if you want to, literally pick up the trash or be a camera guy's assistant, there are hundreds and hundreds of jobs, and that's how you make your connections. So definitely just do not be afraid to get your hands dirty and just get in there any way you can. Because it kind of seems like such a scary thing, getting on a film set, it seems like a really big deal. And I think now, obviously with COVID, it's a little bit different, but just that there's always opportunities, and it's not as daunting as it seems.
So how do you think your faith has intersected with your time in college?
I think one of the biggest things I've learned is that, Jesus didn't stay in his bubble in heaven. He went out into the world and, was a light. And I think we all have that opportunity when you go to college, because you're trained so well at CPA to be you're literally in Bible classes from day one. In senior apologetics, you're learning how to defend your faith. Literally that's the whole thing. And I don't know, when I got to college, I think I was really prepared to be on my guard about being a Christian and have people really, be questioning it all the time. But I think one of the biggest things is just showing Jesus, just through who you are as a person, and just being kind to everyone, even if they don't share the same beliefs. And people will notice that. People will notice that there's something different about you and say, oh, what's their deal? And then you find out you're going to church and they're like, oh, it makes sense. But I think, just you guys are trained really well from CPA, and don't be afraid to, go out and do something different with that.
So what advice would you give to a current media student like me who is looking to follow in your footsteps and, pursue a career in media going into college?
Make sure it stays fun.
Yeah.
If you're doing it because you think you're going to be famous or it's going to make you a lot of money or, feels like something you have to do, don't do it. Just make sure it's still fun.
That's some awesome advice, Kate. That's actually all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for Zooming with me and have a great day.
Peace out, guys. Have a good day.